Please.
I got it. Jim Dodd,
Here.
Kurt Lynn, Michelle Beatty, Art Harmon, Aaron Bird, Danielle DeGroot. Here. I'm here, Tricia Hawk.
Here.
Is Joe Coyne here?
Yeah.
Hey. Okay. Everyone is present and accounted.
So we do the
Got started late. Everybody, you got
committee members.
there.
Michelle.
Hold on. Hey, Jim, I'm sorry, I need to do the committee chairs.
Oh, I'm sorry.
John Sergant, Finance. John's here, yes. Pat Alexander,
Here.
Greg Barth,
Here.
Jeff Klein,
Here.
Tina Winkler. Going once, anybody here for golf? Okay. Tom Troutman,
Here.
okay. Thank you. Now we'll go on.
All right, I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda. I'll make a motion to approve the agenda. Do we hear a second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. I would entertain a motion to approve last month's minutes. Make a motion to approve last month's minutes. Do we hear a second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. General Manager's report.
We have the dredge ongoing. I will get into that later in the meeting. The water sewer district is cleaning and lining some of the underwater tunnels. Apparently that's done every 10 years. They're doing it again now, and that is at no cost to the CA. But you will see them around. They have different buoys and dive flags and things like that. So we're getting more information out. We are getting new software in the office. So we're gonna start rolling out what's called Nexus, which is an upgrade of what we have now over the next several weeks. And we are going to have things like tap to pay. And we're gonna have an updated website, and then each member of the CA is going to be able to get their own app on their phone, which will allow them to do various things. We will also have more information on that and probably offer some training classes to anyone who like figure out how to use the app better. Summer kickoff is Friday, May 22nd around the clubhouse. And we will have more information to follow on that as well. And then we have a guest here with us this evening. See, we're excited. Lights and sirens all created. So Cody Henry is here. He is, if you want to explain to everybody what you're doing with your Eagle Scout project.
Yes, so my name is Cody Henry, and I am from Troop 853. I'm a scout, and I'm working on an Eagle Scout project. And it's going to be the bat boxes. Probably you guys can see that. I can see it. Can you see it?
Yep. Okay.
So I'm going to be going over why I chose bat boxes, the creation of bat boxes, and the potential locations that we would be putting to bat boxes, as well as any questions you guys might have. So why did I choose bat boxes? It's a natural, free pest control, very effective hunters. It will protect any crops for like miles around. It will provide nutrients for the soil and grass, plants, anything. And also I would like to become a zoologist. So animals is something that I am very passionate about. So that's going to be. This is the cut sheet that I will be using and the instructions for making a bat box. Like dimensions and all of that. That's mostly for me. So for setup, so places that I will need to have put this. They will be either mounted on location, or I will put it up like seen in the picture with a pole that kind of goes into the ground, and then it's 12 to 20 feet high, which allows them to swoop down and go out. And ideally, a quarter mile away from water, which shouldn't be hard in the Lake St. Louis area. Yeah, I'll be using a mounting bracket if there's already like a tree or a building that I can put it on the side of. Yeah. So, and then lastly, something that I would need from you guys is basically just permission for whatever areas I would be allowed to put these bat boxes. And yeah, I think that's about it. So, do you guys have any questions or concerns? Yeah.
So is that, you said a quarter mile, is that a quarter mile or less? Can it be closer?
Yeah, it can be closer.
So no further than a quarter mile away, like.
Yep.
And then that you mount on trees,
Yes, they can be mounted on trees. Mhm.
How many are you?
So that is up to the discretion of the Eagle like board, which I will need to get approval from them as well. After I have approval from you guys. So, that's up to them on like the size that I would need to make it, and also the money and stuff that I would have to do it, which I will be getting from friends and family donations.
Do you have an anticipated number? Are you thinking 1 or 1,000?
Yeah, I would say somewhere between 3 and like 7, probably.
I would anticipate that we would, if you were going to be doing this on CA property, we would have you work with one of the CA employees to make sure that it was an acceptable place. It was not offensive visually into certain, to people, or it would be hidden away enough that, so you wouldn't have any problem, like our maintenance staff, all that kind of stuff. Right, correct?
Yeah.
And is this something that stays indefinitely, or do you take them down over some period of time?
So they would stay up until they are unusable, which could be a long time, so I'll make like the right preparations to, have them last a long time.
How about when they need maintained or at a point where they need to be torn down? Would you be responsible for that?
Yes, I would be responsible for that. So, some of you guys already have my contact, so, yeah, if anything like that happens, contact me and do that.
I know there are benefits to bats and natural pest control, but with everything that in this world, I feel like there are pros and cons. Give me some cons. I mean, are bats loud? Are they messy? Are they a nuisance in any way? Like, there's got to be something, or else why aren't they not everywhere right now? I know people have tried like things with purple herring, is that right? Purple martins, and just trying to understand that. Like, and my other question would be, how do you know they're gonna be attracted to these boxes? We're gonna put these up, and then, so maybe can you just elaborate there?
Yeah, for sure. So cons would be, yes, they can make a mess through droppings, but like I said, that can also provide the nutrients for soil. So it kind of depends on where that happens. But
I want to add to that.
for the most part, they really don't make much noise. Sometimes they squeak, but it's not often. It's not common. It'd be like a bird chirping.
I mean, I know there are a
Well,
lot of
that's
bats
it.
around Lake St. Louis already right now.
Yes.
So,
However, there are not a lot of like natural areas everywhere that they can be. There's it's a declining population. So having these bat boxes, they would be attracted to them because it's a nice, safe, warm area that they would not be able to get to. Most places, even though this is a pretty green area for a neighborhood, it's still lacking a little bit in bat habitats.
I saw you had the cut sheets there. How big are we talking?
So we would be talking like about here width, estimating, and then probably like this height wise.
We need to make a motion to give them approval to work with, so I would entertain a motion to approve Cody working with, I would suggest we have him work with Ron So,
Do we want to set a number, a limit on these?
Yeah,
things?
a maximum, I would.
Yeah, so like, maybe, I'm just spitballing, but like, maybe 3 different locations in the CA, to be approved once he gets final approval on everything with staff.
yeah, and I think Ron could do that, right? I mean, if you have to work through our staff and maybe 3 general locations with a total of 10 houses, something like that.
How far apart of the house is usually spaced? I mean, do we need more than 3 locations?
Yeah, so there's not like specific requirements with that. I mean, you know, we're not gonna like put all 10 in a mile radius. But I shouldn't need too many places, even if we do something like 10, because they can kind of all live in the same area-ish. So yeah, there's,
3 would be sufficient.
I think,
yeah, 3 would be sufficient.
I think you're on the right track.
So in concept, I would make a motion to approve, your Eagle Scout project on CA property pending approval from staff at a maximum of 3 locations. And we would just ask that you submit that to staff, what you get.
We coordinate that through Michelle. So, all right, are you making a motion?
For the number of boxes are just.
3 locations.
I would say 3 locations, and then I guess we can leave it on the.
Do I hear a second? I'll second that. So I am definitely personally for bats, being around more bats. They're not gonna get tangled up in any lady's hairs or anything.
So I would say with the caveat, just, it needs to be understood that if they do become a nuisance for any reason, or if they don't become a nuisance, but we've got some group of homeowners that rather than they opposed to it, if we reserve the right to remove any use, but just so long as that's understood.
Any further discussion? Heard?
Yes.
So, like, insurance, the presentation, just for reference, my brother, for Eagle Scout, it lived on houses, very similar concept. One thing I will say is, unfortunately, there are neighbors. So, do your best to hide them, because I'm not worried about having bats, I'm worried about the humans, so they make points.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for the advice.
Any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously.
Woo-hoo.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Put that out. Once you got your approval and you want to get started, then you just work through Michelle and you guys, meet me in line.
Super, thank you so much.
You bet. Awesome. Thank you. Well done, sir.
Good point, Kurt, but I know where the cameras are.
Oh, yeah, I don't have that.
Old business, discuss the sheet piling wall at Army Point.
Yes, so right now we are out getting bids for the labor and materials for the sheet piling wall at Don's Point. The ENF committee came up with some recommended requirements, and so Ron Skeen, our head of maintenance, have gone out the bids, and we are hoping to have them back either by the May ENF meeting for recommendation, or worst case scenario, the June ENF meeting for board recommendation, and then hopefully we will get things started in the fall.
All right, moving on to dredge update.
So right now, the dredge is taking place in Dolphin Cove. We are going to add more signage and move them out further than where they are. It started, they did the mobilization and everything over the last couple months with weather and bridge construction and equipment failure, not really helping things, but they're working on it. And once we get updates from them, which we have access to talk to them every day. Once we get updates with numbers and how much silt's coming through, things like that, we will share that with everyone in an e-blast. But right now, the plan is for them to be done early to mid-June. So in the meantime, Dolphin Cove is going to be closed, except for the homeowners whose house is back up there. They can have no wake exit and entry. And the ski team is aware and they are going to practice and run off the old starting dock, which is out a little further. So we're all working together to get the dredge done. They're working as quick and hard as they can to get it done. So it's a priority. They're doing the best they can with what they have right now.
Very good. That's it.
Yes.
All righty, so moving on to new business. Legal fees. Have a motion to approve legal fees.
I don't have a number. I don't share any of the number.
I wrote it down. I know you're talking to the other Michelle, but
The actual one was 10,000 something.
yes. $10,109.09.
$10,109.09.
March, excuse me, February and March.
February and March.
I make a motion to approve legal fees as submitted.
Wait here a second. Anybody?
I'll second.
Thanks, sir.
All right, any discussion?
I'm just putting note for the people that are paying attention, that's an aggregate of really 3 months. We didn't meet last month, we approved them last month, and October from January, so just that way I.
So it doesn't exactly match the agenda, but it doesn't match the invoices that we poured over. It caused us to be late for this meeting. Seeing no further discussion, all in favor of approving legal fees for $10,109.09. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next on the agenda, motion for the board of directors to approve the ambassador's request for $9,500 donation towards the fireworks.
I make a motion to approve the investors' request for $9,500 for the this year's fireworks show.
Here's a second. Second. Any discussion?
250th anniversary.
Yeah.
United States.
Big deal. So
Was donated last year.
it is the same donation as last year, yes, which was a big donation, but, yeah. And investors always does a good nice job with fireworks. It's really benefit to our community. So, any other discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Very much. Moving on to the committee reports, Mr. Zergan.
Yes, sir. We decided to do something a little different going forward. Traditionally, we've looked at all the financial statements on really a cursory glance on a monthly basis. We feel it's more effective to do a more in-depth review on a quarterly basis. We think that'll be both more time effective and cost effective, save some staff time as well. Very professionally run, and so really a lot of things happen on a seasonal basis, so quarterly review is more appropriate. And also whomever board decides to hire a financial consultant, we're looking forward to working with whoever that may be. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Alexander, engineers and facilities.
Really, no new business to speak of, other than we have asked the board to, approve Dan where we feel that we were able to bribe him enough, we can't get maybe. So we just need your support and approving.
All righty. I would entertain a motion to approve Dan Denler as a member of the engineers and finance and facilities committee.
I'll
Through December 2029. Okay, second. Any discussion? resume seems splendid. I'm sure you guys have all with the knowing line, so. And he knows about this, he understands.
It's, we bragging him, so he's.
Seeing no further discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations to Dan Finler. Anything else?
No, I think Michelle covered, our chief lead.
Okay. Thank you very much. ACC, Mr. Barth?
Yes. All we have going on is, we would like the board to approve Mike Weller to join our committee. Been doing work in the community for a while and we think he'd be great addition.
Entertained motion to approve Mike Weller.
Motion to approve Mike Weller.
We have a second.
Certainly December 2029, second.
Through December 2029, duly noted, seconded by Kurt. We did notice when we looked over Mr. Weller's resume that he has a contracting company in St. Louis to work in like St. Louis, it looks like. So there will be occasions where he may have to refuse himself as the conflict of interest, as long as everybody's going in fully aware of that. And yeah, I don't see others. Any other discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. Anything else?
That's it. That's all.
All righty, awesome. Thank you. Mr. Klein, Lakes and Parks.
Yes, we have submitted two items. One I see on here. The first one, both of them are from the aquatic committee. The first one's for approval, as in previous years, to approve $1,500 for the aquatics team to for the swim team to help offset the cost of the lifeguards.
Entertain a motion to approve $1,500 for aquatics.
Can you make a motion to approve $1,500 from the products to offset this from the lifeguards?
Do I hear a second? Kurt? Any
Okay.
discussion?
And then there's one more that I have submitted.
Let's get this. Hang on. Let's dispose of this one and move to the next one. Okay. Any discussion on money for aquatics? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, next thing, sir.
All right, now, the other thing, it was a motion to approve having the lifeguards, this is also from the aquatics committee. Motion to approve having the lifeguards, this is 2 lifeguards come in an hour and a half early on 2 Saturdays, that's June 13th and June 20th, for the swim clinics. They use that as a fundraiser, so it's essentially not upsetting, not doing anything to the normal open pool hours, it's just to have them come in 2 hours earlier.
That's an operational.
It's operational, so we don't need a motion. Yeah, I think that the general manager can approve that without our input.
Approved. All right.
All the right people are here.
Yeah, so that is done. Anything else, sir?
That is it.
All right, thank you. Tina Winkler with the golf, Mayor's Cup update.
The golf committee did not do a lot with it, but there were a lot of, residents who live on the golf course that put out snacks or drinks or whatnot. From what I could see, everybody had a great time, the best, the mayors. Luckily, Lake Lewis did not win. I think Conover won, which means hopefully that means it's gonna be somewhere else next year. So that is what we're gonna propose to Mike McGraw. Totally support that, don't get me wrong, but we have our own vet tournament. So we're hoping that it's gonna be a traveling thing. My understanding, which Mike can answer better than I can, is whoever wins, that's who's gonna host it the following year. So, but we have 11 teams with a great success, everybody had a wonderful time. Place paid, they had a couple kids who donated their time to do the whole Eagle thing, there's a flag, so all in all, it's like it was really wonderful.
Awesome.
Yep.
Anything else?
Yeah, so, December, I think it was December, we, put out some charter changes. We were seeing if that was ever approved.
It's not on our agenda, but yes, we're gonna deal with it tonight.
Well, I said this is something that was pending from like December, so we were just kind of following it to see.
Yeah. If we had told, yeah, we had held off those changes in anticipation of changing all of the charters to
And I thought
more
that was just-
consistent across the board. And we are, I think, are we gonna vote on those tonight?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, so that is going to be that issue and not a new business. I guess.
Correct. I
But that's-
was gonna bring it up with that.
We're gonna get done with committee stuff and then we're gonna vote on that, and so the intention is to change to accept the changes to edging. Is that right?
Anything here to it, just, I think just some wording.
Yeah, so yes, and I think, and one of the things that we wanted to do was make all of the charters, they were not 100% consistent across the board. And, we wanted to make them, consistent in spirit. So-
The other thing I just had on there about the, putting cameras up around the golf course. I don't know where that's standing, that really wasn't on my agenda, but in following up with that, we discussed, with the committee about getting marshals to volunteer, so people who maybe live on the course, that have a golf cart, that would just marshal, which would just entail, if they happen to be out after work, go around, make sure people have their stickers on their golf cart, if not, ask them to leave. People sneaking on the course after 7, maybe asking their ID if they can't provide it, ask them to leave. And then the big question, and Rob said he would get flags for people so that they would know that they represent the golf committee or golf or the CA. And that we discussed that if it is approved, any marshal would not have any complications. So if people refuse to leave, then the big question was, do we contact security or do we just contact police? This way, we're not in a confrontation and they can't play he said, she said thing. We'll just let the cops or security.
Right, right.
But we've been having so many problems, especially in the last 2 years with, I mean, I even seen on Friday during golf, people just jump on board and jump in without checking in. You know, if they have a state card, check in on home one. So it's like I said, it's just been an ongoing problem the last few years. So Rob was on board with it. He said he did flag. He said that's easy enough done. But we just want to get approval, and we've had quite a few residents around Lake Lewis that were like, we'd have to totally help out. And that's no cost to the budget at all because it would be all volunteers.
I don't know that we need, that's operational.
Correct. That's an operational thing. Anybody who wants to volunteer to help will be great.
So just contact you.
If they are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and whoever goes out and checks for a card or whatever, and they refuse to leave, the first call needs to be to our security. Because in order for us to get anyone for trespassing and call the actual police, there's this system that it has to go through, and, you know, it needs to be kind of a 2 or 3 time offender type of thing. But if you call our security, either John or Greg Jameson will go out and take care of that. And then if it escalates, then we will call the police.
Maybe there's some kind of training or some kind of a guideline sheet or something if anybody was
That's kind
volunteering.
of talking about, just have
Yeah.
a few little, like 3 little
Right.
things, and we're not there to chase people off and be bullied. We're just there to make sure the golf course is being nice.
Right.
And not let people come on who aren't vested in the seating.
No tasers.
Steve Gibson brought it up in the meeting about trying to find some good for the guardrails on this. I don't know how to do it. I like the idea, but I'm very uncomfortable with just random citizens going and approaching people and asking for their ID. I like the idea, but I don't know, like, if there's exposure there that, I would get somebody, even if they're volunteering, if there was an altercation or something, that could be very problematic. So I don't mind exploring it, but I guess I would want to see, I agree with Michelle and Steve, like, I think there needs to be some really solid rules of engagement between a volunteer and when and what they can ask for. How to approach or something. I don't know what I don't know on this, but
Well, you were part of the meeting. I mean, that's exactly what I said, is we need to have, you can do X, Y, Z, and that's it. And I do think before anyone volunteers, they need to discuss with Rob what they can and can't do. Because I mean, in that sense, it's Rob, it have to be under Rob would be my impression.
I would agree with Aaron. I think there shouldn't be a confrontation. I think, we have them out there, then what they would do is they would be eyes and ears and they would report. And they would call the CA security would get involved. It would be more professional that way and also avoid any potential liability or risk to all involved that way.
Well, we all agree. I mean, that's exactly what I said. We don't
Okay,
want-
well, it sounds like, originally you were talking about maybe asking people, you get your CA card, when you leave, if you don't have your stickers, things like that, that's confrontational to somebody. And I don't disagree with the fact that we need to have it done, but I think it puts us at risk. So I think it needs to be more of a reporting thing, like you have a card out here without a sticker on it, please take care of it, and not approach and confront.
Michelle, I would imagine this would be a policy that would fall under what you're doing here.
Correct. I also have,
Yeah, because if you call the water patrol about somebody doing something, the first thing they want to know is what's the number on the boat. And then they take care of it rather than you confronting them. And that's probably the right way to do it, is exactly as Kurt said.
Why don't we give Michelle a crack at putting together a policy for that and maybe running with it?
I also have cameras being put up throughout the golf course, which will help. So,
And I think in the past too, a lot of people, when they see someone, a lot of what we're talking about and not having their stickers on, we've been, like, I in the past just call the shack, when they're open. And let them address it, whether they call John or security or whatnot. Because most people don't care if your civilian addresses them. They're like, I don't care what you're gonna do about it. But that is one thing that, like I said, the big thing we wanted, if this does come, who do they call? Because we as civilians should not have to get into confrontation.
Yep.
Do we call them first and if we did, and Aaron will attest this, we did address it, unique guidelines that this is put through. But there's just so many people that just sneak on, and they don't even live in Lake St. Louis, not in the CA, but they're coming from Winsville, O'Fallon, everywhere.
it's
And
not
the parents
just
are
happening
dropping
on the
them off.
golf course either, though. I mean, there's people all over the beaches. Hopefully, there's not people on the water in their boats, but the beaches and fishing, I pass people fishing every morning when I come in. Do they belong
Yeah,
here?
for my state park.
Unless somebody, so it's just kind of one of those, yes, you don't want to confront anyone. I can come up with a policy and some guidelines, but it's also, if you all as members are trying to keep this a nice place to live, just have a conversation, because 5 of us can't control everything everywhere all the time.
Right.
So we need your help. There's just a polite and professional way to go about it. Or if you don't feel comfortable, I don't even want to say confronting, if you don't feel comfortable talking to someone, take a quick picture or, write down a license plate number. Hey, this truck's out here fishing, but there's not the CA thing on the, we have ways that we can figure out who it is. But and in order for this stuff to lessen, it's never going to stop, but to lessen it, it's going to take all of us.
And with that, I don't want to
Yeah.
go to the next one. I want to yell down. I think we get.
Well, give me the poster child.
Hey, I mean, I'm what's the dunce in the classroom. Let's see here.
Johnstone, you have a question?
I was gonna make a comment.
Okay.
That I have had calls from the golf shack or people watching the golf course. And they called the security, and typically we will go out and try to find these people. But I also feel that we get cooperation from the local police department. And they'll come out and, if anything, enforce that.
Oh, yeah,
But I don't think, I just don't think, a resident's gonna be involved with confronting a situation like that.
Understood. Tuesday, lately, I know you called when Joe Strange was in the shack, we're like, hey, yeah, these kids are, sneaking on. And not 5 minutes later, the cops were pulling up. So, yeah, I mean, we didn't say anything to, we didn't say anything to them. Unfortunately, when people get to my backyard on 7, a lot of damage is done, but we've had people rent golf carts, playing bumper cars with the rented golf cart. They called the shack. I'm like, like I said, at that point, they're almost done with the round. But I called golf shack and I gave a description. Unfortunately, at that time, nothing was done because they denied it. I actually think they did, the guy did actually lose his right up here on the golf course with here.
Good.
But, so I think a lot of people know the right thing to do. But unfortunately, I think it's just getting worse because a lot of people's comments that don't live in Lake St. Louis, the comments are, well, we were told that after 7 o'clock, it's free play. So they think because no one's at the shack that anybody can come and play on the golf course. But cameras would definitely help because then security can be called or motion or whatever. The other thing was the spring clean. It's Sunday, be a beautiful day, high 70. And we have about 114 individual players this year. I think last year was about 100. So we were really good turnout again. Taylor, he is after golf, everyone's going to come in and get lunch. So the CA will be purchasing lunches from them. So it should be another profitable Sunday for the CA.
Perfect.
So any questions or concerns about? Then I'm done.
Thank you.
Thanks for anyone.
I got you.
Mr. Troutman, Sports Committee.
Yes, things are starting to, get more active with pickleball and tennis. First tennis event in Cinco de Mayo is this weekend. And this year, we've had a drop off past couple of years in the junior tennis program. And we're really trying to push that with this Free Kids Day and then trying to get the word out there as far as the junior tennis clinics. Any help from anyone helping get that word out, greatly appreciated. As far as maintenance goes, I think Michelle is on the speed of what maintenance items we have. And then I just have a question about against security. Is there anything happening?
We got a bid for the gate card reader, which was ridiculously high, so we've gone back and are working with them to get the price down. But the plan is to put a card reader on one of the gates to the tennis courts and keep the rest of them locked, because apparently people are either telling the codes to all the gates of padlocks or they are propping the gates open, which I'm also adding more cameras out there too. So there's gonna be cameras everywhere. It's like Big Brother. That's, I mean, really, that's all I can do rather than having someone sit out there all day checking IDs.
Yeah, understood. That's all I got. So the card reader, we go liquid too.
There's already one out there.
There it is. This will make the tennis court similar.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Do we have anything from the city?
No,
No? Awesome. Well, thanks
we're
for
contributing again to the fireworks thing, so we matched that, we still have some funds left over from last season, so that we're using that, so it's not back in our budget at all.
awesome.
So,
Awesome. Oh, great. We should have a big, I'm trying to talk them to do those big giant fireballs that they do out of this. Getting big resistance on it. Maybe you could help. Leave on that.
We don't light the dam on fire.
That's right. That's right. Control's right. All righty, moving on to general comments. Does anybody signed up to speak?
No.
Speakers. All right.
So you wanna update the charter?
Oh, yeah, we've got to do committee charters. Okay. So how would a motion read on that, Michelle? Approve the committee charters with the edits, and we've changed them so that all of them are 5 to 10 people.
Yeah, I mean, any changes that I got from you all, I made standardized showed them to the board. And so we were just gonna do, I think you were gonna do one motion to kind of bless the stack.
Yeah.
And then you and Art need to sign them.
Okay,
And then I'll send the signed updated ones back out. So you'll have those and we'll put those on the website as well.
or did you make a motion to accept to adopt the charters as submitted by Michelle?
So I'll make a motion to,
Yeah, sure.
ACC, courts, engineering, finance, well, and support. 5, 6.
6.
so I'll make a motion to adopt the 6 charters that have been submitted. With the addition of a maximum of 12.
What do we have? Say 10. Oh, fine, we just wanted to be all the same. Well, it's fine.
Okay, so, a maximum of 12 people. And the only addendum to that proposal.
Do I hear a second? Second. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Any, motion carries. All right. So Tina, if you can let Joe know that we have a new charter for you guys that is not good.
Great.
Okay, point clarification on that. Just because we said a maximum number of 12 doesn't mean you gotta have 12 people on your committee. If you want 6 people on your committee, that's up to you.
So all the committees will have the same floor and the same ceiling for the number of people they can have on. So that'll be consistent across all of the committees, like St. Louis. All righty, so,
Position, our terms are the same.
Yeah.
It's just, that was the goal, was to be consistent across all the committees.
yep. I don't think we have any other business, so do we have any general comments from the board members?
Thanks for your leadership.
Very.
Yes, I.
No. I have any either. So with that being said, for adjournment. Meeting's
Yeah.
I didn't get yours, and they just don't have to approve it. Say, I got your chart. They just don't have to.
That was good. Thank you. All right, thank you.